If you want to see how I got this look using black-owned makeup brands, then stay tuned. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lutifah, or Lou, and today we are filming Balm products. That's black-owned makeup brands, okay? So for the most part, I have high-end and luxury. I've got a few indie. So I've got September Rose and I've got Juvia'S Place, but for the most part it's high-end. Oh, and I've got Prime Beauty actually, but for the most part it is high-end. So I mean, y'all already know. I mean, if you've been here a few times, you know what I'm like. I like luxe and I like high-end. So you know what, I thought I'm gonna do Balm my way. Now I'm doing today's video in conjunction with my good friend TiffanyTrends. I'm going to leave all the details and link to her video on her page as well. We've never met, but we've become really close, and we actually became close because we are moderators for Pat McGrath's her Facebook group, so her motherships, her skin, her lips, and that's how we became close. And she actually inspired me to start YouTube because I remember asking her for advice and saying, you know, I want to do it, but I'm scared, and her just saying, just go for it, you know. So yeah, we decided to do this together. We're going to do another video together as well, but we haven't decided exactly what that's going to be. But yeah, let's get started. Now my face is prepped. I use the Pat McGrath Lab Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Primer to prep my face, and then I've used the Danessa Myricks Evolution powder to set the primer. So we're good to go. So first up, we are going to do foundation, and I feel like you probably already know what I'm using. So this is the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation in shade 26. I'm going to go in with that. It's literally probably my favourite foundation in all fairness, so it was a no-brainer to use that. So I'm just going to pop that on all over. I've used that foundation so many times, so you can see why I love it. It's just flawless, it's lightweight, it's just it. Right, next I'm going to use the Juvia'S Place concealer in shade 12 and the Uoma Beauty Stay Woke concealer in Brown Sugar T2. Yeah, so I wanted to film this black-owned brands. I wanted to do it back in February because I know in the US, when you guys have Black History Month, we actually in the UK, we have it in October. Yeah, so it's different times. But then you know what I thought as well? Why am I only celebrating black-owned brands or exploring them in those 2 months? That's just stupid, you know, all year round. And to be fair, I don't even just want to do black-owned brands. I want to also do shine a light on other brands as well. So like, I don't know, maybe not so Korean, maybe not so much Korean, because I do feel like they get enough light and they're not very inclusive for the most part. But then other countries, Native American, European, things like that. Just, yeah, European, obviously I'm European, so European would be great as well, and like smaller, but it still has to be luxe or high-end British brands. I do want to highlight some more, what's the word, indie brands, but high-end, yeah. So yeah, but this video I decided to shoot, and it was easier to get the products than I thought it would be. Interesting. So today we are going to be using a palette from, obviously I've got my concealer and you know how I do at this point. We're going to use palettes from a company called September Rose, which is UK black owned. I think I'm going to go with the Brew palette, but I do want to show you. She's got 3 palettes, but I've only got 2 in front of me. I've got the Slush 2 and I've got the Brew palette. Now, first of all, packaging. Secondly, look at this color story. This one's all mattes. This is why I want to show it to you, because I've got a thing for all mattes. So yeah, that's the first one. So I wanted to use that in a companion palette with the Pat McGrath Celestial Divinity, because I just thought that would be, it means I get to showcase more than one independent brand, black-owned brand. Look at that, that's the Brew palette. I'm so gonna use this one today, I think. Look at that, beautiful. And it's like really autumnal. So I'm gonna use that, and then I'm gonna use Pat McGrath as well. So let's get in close so you can see what I'm doing. So we're going to start with the shade Asti, which is this lovely kind of rich cinnamony shade here, and I'm going to pop that on my kind of crease area. This is going to be my fill shade. Yeah, so September Rose is a fantastic brand. This palette, I think it's only like 20 quid. And the Slush palettes, I think, are also £20 as well. I could be wrong, actually, because I know you can get them in a bundle, the Slush and Slush 2. Do you know what? I might insert details of where you can find September Rose. It is completely independent, so you have to buy it on the website as far as I'm aware. But I think they do ship internationally. But yeah, quality wise, this is a fantastic eyeshadow. I've used it in the past before. Yeah, and I love the brights as well. And you know me, I love a matte. So this was it for me. I can't wait for them to come out with some new stuff though. I'm patiently waiting. So look, that was literally just one pat. Look at that. I do not necessarily feel the need to add any more colour. I don't mind blending it out, but I don't feel like I need to add any more colour to that. Okay, perfect. Okay, next I'm going to go in with Red Velvet, which is this kind of shade just there. I'm going to put her there and take her a little bit higher. There we go. Oh, see how much pigment you get straight away. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So I'm kind of keep this kind of muddy and brown and autumnal. And it's the color choices. Okay, cool. Next I'm gonna mix Loose Leaf and Pure. So we've got Loose Leaf here, which is this lovely black shade, and Pure is that lovely brown shade in the middle. And I'm gonna mix the two because I've got a feeling that Pure on its own won't be dark enough to give me the dimension I'm looking for. So then I'm gonna just go in the corner there. I'm gonna take it up and all over the lid. Okay, so I'm really happy with that blend. Next, I'm going to go in with the Pat McGrath Celestial Divinity palette. I'll bring it back a bit. There you go. And then we're going to go in with the shade Dragonfly, which is this duochrome here. And we're going to wet my brush because I like that metallic kind of liquid metal kind of effect on the lid. And I'm just going to put her... Yeah, she looks gorgeous, right? Okay, so I'm just going to put her here. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I love like a liquid kind of molten metal vibe. Next I'm going to go in with Luna Champagne, which is this shade right here. And I'm going to put that in the inner corner. Happy with that. All right, done. Okay, now I need to blend out my concealer, but before I do so, I managed to pick up the Danessa Myricks Balm Contour, and this is in shade Deep 2. So I want to try that on the perimeter of my face and my usual Uoma Beauty on my nose. So I just want to do, oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. This feels so, this feels like it's going to blend out like a dream. Ooh, okay, and I'm going to use the remnants just to chisel your girl's chin, sorry. Do you know what, I might use this down my nose. Is it risky to use something you've never used before? It is, but let's do it. Nice, that's so soft. Wow. Okay, I'm impressed. Blend. So as I've never used this product, I thought I'd show you how easily it blends here. So I've already blended out the rest, but I thought, no, y'all need to see this. Now look, so like I always do, I pat on the line, then I take it up. See how easily it blends. Oh. Now I didn't expect to like everything. Most things I've tried already, but look, I didn't expect to like everything. And this is gorgeous. I mean, I'm not that surprised, but this is gorgeous. Okay, let's do the nose contour. Now I always just kind of pat on the line over and over until I'm happy with where it is. You see? Just pat, pat, pat until I'm happy. And now obviously we don't want it to be visible, so we pat on the line with a sponge. And that takes a little bit of the strongness out. See? Look at that. It's contoured, but it ain't contoured. Like, it's not heavily contoured. And I bring them to marry each other. Hi concealer, hi contour, how you doing? It's beautiful, huh? To set my face, I'm going to use Danessa Myricks Evolution Powder. Yeah, Evolution Powder. This is shade 3. So I'm just going to pop that open. Oh yeah, this was also gifted to me by Beauty Distro, and that's beautydistro.com. And since I've been using it, it's so fine. Like, can you see how much it kicks up? It's so fine. I love it for the under eye, and it's not too drying. And you can see like instant filter. Look at that. Instant filter. This is why I love this powder. Instant filter. Look. It's not right, you know. Yeah, Danessa Myricks definitely got it right on this one. See, look at that. I love this powder. And I'm going to use the same powder in shade 4.5 for the perimeter of my face. One thing I love about these brands are the inclusivity. Like, Pat McGrath goes all the way up to my Snow Queens, all the way down to my Nubian goddesses. And I love the fact that the brands, even though they're black owned, are extremely inclusive. And I guess you have to be the shade, the change you want to see. You know, you got to be. If you want to be included, then surely you need to be inclusive. So I love that about these brands. And obviously, like I always say, we're not the only ones sometimes who are let down. My Snow Queens are often neglected as well. So it's the same struggle. So yeah, but I love that. Look at this. Danessa Myricks knows what she's doing. I'm not gonna lie, the foundation, I like it, but it's got a very specific, and this is what her foundation looks like. It's like a foundation and concealer. It's called the Vision Cream Cover. It's gorgeous, but it's a very, I'd wear that to a wedding, personally. Or like if I knew if I was going to work for a whole full day and I wanted my foundation to work really, really hard. But for everyday wear, not so much, because it is quite full coverage. But she gets powders, right, for sure. And contour, it would appear. Vanessa Myrick also has a, it's called the Power Bronzer, and I've got it in the shade Deep. That's what it looks like. I've literally just put my finger in it. I've not actually used it, I've put my finger in it. So it's a cream bronzer that I want to try, but I also want to show you Prime Beauty's bronzer, which I love as well. So what I'm going to do, because this is cream, I'm going to use the cream first. And like I said, I always use 2 bronzers. This works in my favour. So I'm going to go in with this one first as a bronzer, and then I'm kind of almost going to set it with the prime. Oh, that's a nice colour. That's a nice colour, isn't it? It's a beautiful colour. Right, because I've never used this before, I don't know how much to use, but that's a really nice colour. Let's blend that and see. It's a beautiful colour. That's warm. Ooh, that's nice. Ooh, it's warm. She might have just done something. That is beautiful. And it's weird because I can still see the contour underneath, but I'm still getting the warmth of the bronzer as well. Okay, I'm getting excited because it's nice to find, I'm not a massive lover of like cream contour bronzers, and it's nice to find a new product and the tone is perfect, like I'm bronzed. Okay, cool. So what we're going to do next is we're going to use the Prime Beauty bronzer, and she looks like this. Now I bought this maybe 2 years ago, so I know this works beautifully. And this is what she looks like. You know what, let me quickly swatch her so you get an idea of so basically whenever I do eyeshadow, I swatch colours before I put them on my face, so you get an idea. Look at that. Look at that. It's matte, but it's not like harsh matte, it's like a soft matte. So let's go in up here. Oh, these two together. And now you guys know I always use more than one bronzer because I like that bronzed look, you know. I mean, I already knew this was fabulous anyway because I've been using it for about 2 years now. But oh, this is beautiful. Flick, 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 flick. This is lovely. I get really excited when things work well. Let's push this back because we ain't trying to get clocked. Oh, lovely. That's lovely. That's absolutely lovely. Now, check this out from Danessa Myricks. This is the Light Work Highlight Palette. Look at this. I don't even want to take it out the box. Like, I want to keep it permanently in the box. She's stupid, but the box, the cardboard is so thick and glorious that I want to keep it there. So this is what it looks like. And this is what the palette looks like itself. And it's weighty. It's 8 grams times 6. Each one is 8 grams each. It feels weighty. So for today's look, I think I'm gonna try and mix. So I'm gonna go with the lightest one, which is called Chai Tea, which is this one here. And I'm gonna mix it with chocolate milk, the darkest one, because I kind of want it to complement my bronzer. So let's start with Chai Tea and see how it goes on. I mean, to be fair, I'm easily impressed by highlight. As long as it doesn't give me any texture, I'm easily impressed by highlight. That's nice. It's a nice colour. It's a really nice colour. Okay. I've changed my mind slightly. I think I'm going to go for the pinkier hue now, which is Sweet Saffron. I'm going to go quite light to start with. Oh, that's nice. Together, that's lovely. Oh, that's nice together. Just the other side. Because I think it just goes better with the eye, having a slightly pinkier tone. Okay, happy with that. That's great. Down my nose, I think I'm going to go with the Chai Tea though. There we go. Getting excited. This is coming out beautifully. Okay. Yeah, happy with that. Next we have the Juvia'S Place Saharan Blush Volume 1. And it's got these kind of deepy kind of tones. I think I'm going to go in with the orangey, yeah, the orangey tone, which is called Toby. I might actually mix it with the red. Yeah, I'm going to mix the orange and the red, which is Toby and Neo. Now this is hella pigmented, hence the reason I blew it so much. I've made mistakes. I love Juvia'S Place. Like, I have every single palette they own except for the nude mini one that they have, because that's a flipping joke. Well, joke on my skin, I should say. It's not for me. So there we go. That's beautiful. I like those two mix. That's actually quite nice. So easy, you know? Oh, that's lovely. I'm getting so excited. Do you know why? Because it's all just working and working nice, and it's pigmented and I feel bronzed. Yeah, I'm loving this. This is fantastic. All right. Now to finish the lower lash line. I'm literally going to do exactly what I've done on the top with the mattes, and I'll be back. Now I have an Uoma Beauty Private Jet Black Kohl liner that I'm going to use just on the inside of my eyes to give me a bit of Shazam. For liner, I am going to use, now this is a brand called House of Tara, which I picked up in Nigeria. It's a Nigerian brand. I'm going to mix colours. Now I normally start with the shade Afia, which is a slightly lighter brown. A warm brown. And then I usually go in as well with a shade called Kasua, which is slightly darker, and I go over it and lower, and over it and higher. That's like the way it looks. Perfect. And I'm obsessed with Pat McGrath's Divine Nude, so that's going to be on my lips. My two faves. Nice. Now to finish up any look I do, I always use the finishing powder. Now I really love the Pat McGrath Sublime Fetish Under Eye Blurring Powder. Now I use shade medium for under my eyes as my finishing powder. Now you're going to understand why I put on so much blush, because this dulls it down. So I'm going to just pat that into place. And then the rest of my face, the same thing with highlights, so I put on so much because it dulls it down. And then the rest of my face, I use shade dark just to dust over, just to make everything absolutely seamless. So that's what the medium looks like. The dark is only slightly darker. There we go. They've got a brand new shade actually, Honey. I want to get that as well. Okay, so the medium shade, I just dab my brush in it lightly, and I just dust all over my face to make everything absolutely seamless. Look at that. Okay, my very last step is to use a bit of mascara on my lower lash line. So I'm just going to pop that on. Okay, so this is the final look. I'm loving this look today. It's like, it's just easy breezy, but like kind of autumnal, kind of spring, kind of, it's nice. I love it. I love this look today. It looks gorgeous. Okay, so let's recap some of the Balm products that we used today. Okay, so to start with, we used the McGrath primer. So this is the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection primer. Now I'm gonna be honest, I don't love this primer. I mean, I don't have any other black owned primers, to be honest with you, but this one is good, it's fine. I'm not entirely sure what it does, but it's the one I have, so it's the one I use. Yeah. Next for foundation, we use the same, so it's McGrath again, and this is the Skin Fetish Sublime Foundation, shade 26. I love this. I mean, this is fantastic. This retails for £60 in the UK. I'm not sure what it is in the US, but I'll put everything down in the description. But yeah, again, a fantastic staple. She got it right. I mean, I know in the beginning a lot of people are like, oh, it's too sheer. I love it. But I love a sheer light foundation, and this is brilliant. This is a workhorse. Love. For concealer today, we used two, because you know your girl always used two, a skin tone color and a highlight shade. Now today for my skin tone shade, I used the Uoma Beauty Stay Woke concealer. I love the fact that that just rolls off the tongue. Uoma Beauty Stay Woke concealer, fantastic. This is in brown sugar, and this is T2. We also use the Uoma Beauty concealer as well, and this one is in shade 12, and I use that to highlight. These are both together fantastic, separately fantastic. The only reason I mix the shades is because I don't have a skin tone shade in the Uoma one, so I went to the in the Juvia'S one, so I went to the Uoma, so that worked out really well for me. Now to contour. Now I'm getting a bit excited about talking about the contour because I found a new contour. So we used the Danessa Myricks Balm contour, and it's like butter, but it doesn't fade into absolutely nothing. I use shade Deep 2 today, which is perfect. I do want to get Deep 3 as well, but I can't seem to find it on Beautylicious at the moment, and that's where I purchased this from, to be honest with you. Yes, I do want to get a slightly darker shade. You know when sometimes when you're yeah, so I want to get the darker shade for that, but this, love for my contour. And then what we used as our bronzer, so we did two steps. We used the Power bronzer, which is a cream bronzer from Danessa Myricks as well. She looks like this. And inside, she looks like this. So we used her to bronze, and I'm really happy with my bronzer today. It's warm, it's gorgeous. And then almost to set it, but like, you know, I always use more than one bronzer anyway, I always use two. We use the Prime Beauty. Now Prime is a US brand as far as I'm aware, yeah. And she looks like this. They just complemented each other so well. Look at that, I love that color, it's so good. Beautiful. Now to highlight, we use the Danessa Myricks Light Work palette. Again, she looks like this, and I was really happy. I'm going to play with this one a bit more. Today was obviously my first time using it, but I'm going to play with this one a bit more. I love the shades. I love how deep they go, and I like that you can double up as eyeshadow as well, which is great. For blush today, we used the Sahara Blush Volume 1. That's from Juvia'S Place. Listen, this is a staple for me. I actually have both. I have Volume 1 and Volume 2, and I use them both interchangeably. But look at that for blush. Look at this colour for blush. Look at them. These are beautiful colours for blush, and beautiful colours for if you want to use them as eyeshadow as well, like as a one and done kind of look. But these are fantastic. I really enjoy using this. And again, you get the added bonus of having a highlighter in there. But because I wanted to show you guys more than one, more than one product from each brand, I use them all interchangeably. So this, love. I think this is like $12. I think I even got them both on offer together for like something like $20 together. So this is pretty good. I love this, and I love the fact that it's affordable. So sometimes indie brands come through. Juvia'S Place though, always comes through. So for that new palette, I don't know what they're thinking. Anyway, now for eyeshadow today, we use the September Rose Brew palette. Now she looks like this on the inside. She's beautiful. Look at that. She's absolutely stunning. I love this palette. Me and this palette in the autumn months, we're besties. Like this, you just literally grab this palette and you've got every look you can ever think of for those grungy kind of autumn months. So that's that. We also use the McGrath Celestial Divinity palette because obviously we want the lids to have a little bit of payal. So that's that palette there. And we use this shade and then this gold shade here as well. So So that was it. And well, it's Pat McGrath, we already know this is going to be for you. And again, I showed you at the beginning of the tutorial that I just wanted to show you the Slush 2 palette because I love mattes. I adore mattes, and I love colour as well. So I just wanted to show you that. Look at that. Go and get it. Slush from September Rose, Brew from September Rose. Listen, don't sleep on September Rose. She's going to be doing bits, okay? I also use the Uoma Beauty Kohl liner in Private Jet Black. Gorgeous. I got this. This is part of the Come Into America range. I got that as part of that. And lastly, my lovely Pat McGrath Dark Star that I use on my lower lash line. And then to finish up for my finishing powder. Oh no, I'm forgetting. I also use the Danessa Myricks Evolution powder to set my under eyes and set the perimeter of my face. And then finally, to dust, we use the Pat McGrath powders in medium and deep as a finishing powder to make everything look seamless and flawless. Don't sleep on these. Go and get these. These are fantasticals. Look at this look. Look at it. Look, seriously, look. This makes everything seamless. Don't say I don't put you on, okay? So I've really enjoyed this today, and what I've liked about it as well, a lot of these products I already used in rotation, so it's quite nice that I didn't have to specifically go out and buy black owned brands. We're starting to become a lot more mainstream, so that's fantastic. I love the fact that some of these are already in my daily rotation anyway. So a change is coming. It's here. Let's all embrace it. Inclusivity everywhere. Don't forget to check out TiffanyTrends. I'm so interested to see what she's picked, because I do think that the US market, you've got a lot more products. So it'd be interesting to see, and you can get your hands on a lot more products. So it'd be interesting to see what Tiffany's used for her black owned brands, because a lot of these I've had to import from the US over time, or I can only get from like one specific store. Like Juvia'S place I get directly because you can't get it in the UK anymore. Beauty Bay had it, but you can't get it anymore. So now I have to import directly from the US and face potentially paying extra charges, blah, 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 blah. But yes, I'd be really interested to see what kind of gems that Tiffany has. So don't forget to check out her channel. Let her know that I sent you. Say, hey girl, hey. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to share if you care. And I will see you in the next one.